Assalamu alaikum, Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
So, is keeping your word a part of being a Siddiq?
We said before that a Muslim doesn't lie. There are many things that a mu'min can do, but the description was that he would not lie. And we described in the talks at the time of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is Sadiq, to love. And that Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq inspired within us that be true to your word, and the reality of that was be true to your commitment to love. The love that you have for Prophet be true to it, stand by it, honour it and guard it. If you should do so, you may have the opportunity to rise to be a Sadiq. So who will inherit the Siddiqiyya dress of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq? One, he gave his money, the one whom was truthful and thought they didn't lie, the one who has all these different characteristics, or what he was explaining to our hearts directly is, no, I was truthful to my love to Prophet and I stood by it and I lived and died by it. And that's what's important. Now take that and put it into our everyday. So, Shaykh, I'm like that. Okay, well you'll be tested like that. Means if your love is true to Prophet then every way you govern yourself has to be based on that curriculum. That because of my love for Prophet I am allowing to be humiliated, I'm allowing to be in difficulty, I'm allowing to stay quiet, I'm allowing all of these things. Why? Because of the love of Prophet. I respect people because of the love of Prophet. I dislike people because of the love of Prophet. I will honour people because of the love of Sayyidina Muhammad or have nothing to do with them because of the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. It governs our every aspect of life. So next time you want to treat somebody badly, first put the temperament of that question, that do you think if you treat them badly, how does that govern your relationship with Prophet? Does it jeopardize that? Does it dishonour that? Did you break your covenant of that love because of that? And if that is the governing reality of your wujood, if your entire being in your soul, you should be safe. And that calibrates the person, because love for yourself, your ego, your understanding is rubbish. Because who cares what you like, you didn't like, what your ego liked, what your ego didn't like. But our lives were to govern it based on what Prophet would think about. And as a result, this is the calibration, what we call the reality of truth. That we like whom Prophet is pleased with, we don't like whom Prophet is not pleased with. And everything in our life is to govern that reality and try to adhere to that reality. That becomes our calibration. So are you going to respect somebody because you want to respect them, or because they're respected by Prophet? No, because they're respected by Prophet. That becomes the governing law. You ought to like somebody that's disliked by Prophet because you like them. No, you don't like them because that may cause a harm in your relationship with Prophet. They'll ask you that, those people they don't like me and I don't like them, why are you with them? So everything in our life, that becomes how we calibrate our questions and our answers, our actions and our deeds, inshaAllah. And that was what was trying to be conveyed, is be loyal to your love for Prophet. Every other loyalty, who knows, comes and goes. And do you lie? Yes, everybody lies. Do they ask for forgiveness? Yes. But can you lie about what you promised Allah on the day of promises? That Allah said, alastu bi rabbikum wa qalu bala. Then the day Allah created the souls and said, am I not your Lord? And we said, yes. But much more detailed than that is Allah said, I'm your Lord, I'm sending you to earth, you're going to do this, this, you're going to accept this, you're going to believe in that. And we said, bala, yes. So you can't go back on your last breath and say, no, I never promised these things, Allah. And Allah will play the recorder and say, no, you did. That's the lie that you can't get away from. You can't go back to Allah and say, no, nobody came to me, I didn't know I was supposed to do all these nice things. I took whatever you gave me and I went to horrible places. They can't say that. That's what's meant about the lie, that you cannot lie about what we promised Allah, and what we promised we would accomplish was life that was given to us inshaAllah. By taking the tariqah and taking the hands of the Muhammadan guides, it's at least an opportunity to begin to fulfill the covenant. How can anyone fulfill the covenant if they haven't even taken bayat and allegiance to the covenant? The bayat is necessity, that you've taken the hand and you've taken the path in which to fulfill your ahad and your covenant with Allah. If somebody tunes in and figures out, hey, I've never taken bayat, so then how could you possibly try to fulfill your covenant if you didn't even accept and acknowledge the covenant of Allah. So alhamdulillah, this is the blessings of tariqah and Allah guiding whom He guides, and there is no guidance if Allah doesn't guide, inshaAllah.